few months ago, I created a video about setting up Arch Linux with Hyprland. Many people requested a new video featuring the latest Arch Linux setup with ML4W DotFiles. In today's video, I will show you how to set up a Hyprland with ML4W DotFiles on Arch Linux. Now, thanks to the Maverick developer Stephans, the installation process is automated, allowing you to experience the best Hyprland within a few minutes. I have included all the links to his social media in the description, so feel free to check them out. Now let's start by installing Arch Linux with the standard Hyprland. Now for this demonstration, I will be using my HP Pavilion gaming laptop running the Windows 11 operating system, and I will install Arch Linux with Hyprland on a spare SSD. The only requirement is the USB pen drive to create a bootable USB with Arch Linux. Then open your web browser and download the Arch Linux ISO. Then proceed to download Rufus. Then connect your pen drive to your computer and open Rufus. Select your drive, import the Arch Linux ISO, and leave all the options at their default settings. Then click on Start to create a bootable USB with Arch Linux. Once it's done, restart your computer. Once rebooting, you need to enter into BIOS settings. Now use the keyboard shortcut based on your motherboard. Now mostly it could be F2, F9 or Escape key. In my case, my computer boots into the startup menu and I press F10 to access the BIOS setup. In the UEFI BIOS, enable USB boot and change the boot order by setting the USB drive as primary. Then disable secure boot, which is important. Now, once it's done, save the changes. Your system will now boot into Arch Linux live session from the USB drive. If it fails to boot, use the boot menu to load Arch install media. You will see the CLI environment. Go ahead and type this command to increase the size of the font. The first thing is to check for a stable internet connection. If your computer is connected to the internet via Ethernet, you can use the ping command to check the connection. If your computer has built-in Wi-Fi support, you can use IWCTL to connect to the internet. Now simply type IWCTL in the terminal to enter the IWD shell mode. Then type device list to see a list of network interfaces. Then look for WLAN 0 and then type device WLAN 0 show to see more information about the WLAN 0 interface. Next, run the command station WLAN 0 get dash networks to see a list of Wi-Fi networks. Then type station WLAN 0 connect and enter the name of your Wi-Fi network. Press the return key and enter the Wi-Fi password. After entering the password, wait for 5 seconds and press the enter key to connect to the internet. You may not see any output, but if the connection was successful, you can simply exit the IWD shell mode. And that's it, you have successfully connected to the internet. Now run the ping command and make sure you are receiving the packets. You can interrupt the ping command by pressing Ctrl+C. Now type this command to synchronize the system packages and upgrade them to the latest version. It's time to format the disk and prepare it for the Arch Linux minimal installation. Type lsblk to view a list of all connected drives. In my case, dev.sda is the drive where I want to install Arch Linux. You can also use the fdisk-l command to see more information about the drives. It's important to be careful and make sure that you're formatting the correct drive. Now, once you have confirmed the correct drive, run the command gdisk/dev.sda to launch the gdisk. Now replace SDA with the appropriate one. In the gdisk tool, press X to enter the expert mode and then press Z to erase the drive. Now follow the prompts to complete the drive erasing process. Now at this point, the drive dev.sda should be a brand new and free of any partitions. Then type this command, which contains the public keys used to verify the authenticity and integrity of Arch Linux packages, ensuring they come from the trusted sources. Now type this command to set up the Arch install script. Now launch the Arch installer script by typing Arch install in the terminal. Now use the arrow keys to navigate through the options. Set the system language by selecting your option. I'm going to leave the first three options at default values. Next, select the disk configuration, choose partitionizing, and use the best effort default partition layout. Then select the drive where you want to install Arch Linux. In my case, it's dev.sda. Then select the drive by pressing either the spacebar or the tab key. You will see an asterisk between the square brackets to indicate that the drive has been selected. Now choose the btrfs file system and use compression. Then select back to return to the main menu. Next, select the bootloader as grub, which works better. Then set the hostname as Arch Linux. Then set the password for the root user. Then create a new user account and add this user to the sudoers list for elevated privileges. Now scroll down and choose to confirm and exit. It's time to install the desktop environment. Select profile type and choose desktop. Then select Hyprland. And use Polkit. Next, select the graphic drivers and choose to install open source drivers or proprietary drivers. Then select the audio option and choose the audio server. Now I chose to use Waybar. If you wish, you can also install additional kernels, but for now, I will stick with the default kernel. After that, select the network configuration and choose to use the network manager. With additional packages, you can choose a list of tools to be installed. And lastly, select your time zone to set the time on your system. Now go ahead and check all the options and haven't left anything blank. Now once you have confirmed all the options, select install and wait for a few minutes for the script to perform its magic. Now once it's done, you will see a prompt to perform post installation. Select yes to enter the chroot environment and start customizing your new Arch Linux installation. It's time to install some lightweight GUI applications like Firefox, VLC, LibreOffice, and some essential packages. Once it's done, exit from the chroot environment. Then shut down the computer by typing this command. Now remove the bootable USB and turn on your computer. You will see STDM Login Manager. Choose Hyprland session and log in with your credentials. And you will see a minimal Hyprland setup. If you are trying this on a laptop, you will either need a Wi-Fi connection or Ethernet cable for internet access. To connect to Wi-Fi, open Terminal by pressing Super plus Q, then use the command nmcli dev Wi-Fi connect and provide your Wi-Fi name, password, then enter the password enclosed in double quotes and press the Enter key. Now you can use the ping command to check if you're receiving packets. Now it's time to set up a pre-configured Hyprland environment using an installer script created by Stephen Rob. Now press Super plus R to open the app launcher and search for Firefox. Now visit his GitHub page to learn more about this setup. Now go ahead and copy this command and paste this into the terminal. And then type yes to start setting up Hyprland .files. Now choose the main release and press Enter. Then choose Yes to install the required packages for ML4W .files. Now type Yes to choose the default .files location. Then back up your files and folders such as bash rc, Hyprland, and kitty. Since we have already installed STDM Login Manager, we can choose to keep the current setup. Then choose to install the STDM theme. Now let's proceed with the default keyboard setup, which is set up for US. You can change it to your favorite one. Next, I'm going to replace the bash rc file and kitty with the latest version. And finally, choose to install .files. Now you can notice instantly that the kitty terminal has updated. Now reboot your system. Now go ahead and log in with your password. Now, this is the best Hyprland configuration you have ever experienced. The developer offers flexibility to modify the system, adjust the Waybar style, change wallpapers, and much more. Upon successful login, you will be greeted with the welcome screen. The first step after setting up Hyprland is to press Ctrl plus Super plus K. The Super key is the Windows key on your keyboard. Now, this action brings up a list of key bindings related to specific applications or shortcuts to open wallpapers, configure the Waybar style, and much more. I recommend reading this list and memorizing some shortcuts. For example, to close any app window, press Super plus Q. Now, pressing Super plus Enter will launch the terminal where you can see the bash environment. Now, let's increase the font size of Kitty terminal. Now, inside your home directory, there is a hidden folder named config where all the Hyprland configuration files are stored. Type this command to navigate into config directory. Then open the Kitty configuration file and locate the font size setting. Then change the font size value to 20. Then save the changes by pressing Ctrl plus O and exit by pressing Ctrl plus X. Then close terminal by pressing Super plus Q and reopen it by pressing Super plus Enter. You should now see the increased font size. Now, clicking this button opens the sidebar. Now, from here, you can enable or disable dock, set themes, wallpapers, and use the settings to configure the system. Now, let's open the settings. Then you can press Super plus T to scale the application. Now, from here, you can add or remove applets from the Waybar. For instance, you can enable the taskbar module. Now, with the Appearance tab, you can increase or decrease the border size of the roughy and blur effect. You can also choose animation, decoration, and window variations. Now, let's change the screen resolution. Choose System, Monitors, and select your screen resolution configuration. To edit the Hyprland configuration files, click on the Apps menu from the top left and search for the Welcome application. Then click on Hyprland Settings and select All Variables. Now you will see all Hyprland variables organized neatly with a toggle switch to control their functionality. For instance, let's search for natural scrolling and toggle on this switch. This allows you to control the functionality of Hyprland. To add custom app shortcuts, open the Kitty terminal and edit the default key binding configuration file located in this location. Now let's add a key binding to open the Chrome web browser. I will assign super plus control plus G as the shortcut. Then save the changes by pressing Ctrl plus O. Now pressing Ctrl plus super plus G will now launch the Chrome web browser. Now to change or update a wallpaper, press Ctrl plus super plus W. Now this action brings up a panel to choose a wallpaper. The Waybar also provides more system controls for connecting to Wi-Fi, access the notifications, and opening the power menu. Overall, Arch Linux with ML4W DotFiles elevates your Hyprland experience to the next level. And that's all for this video on installing and customizing Hyprland on Arch Linux. A huge shout out to all the developers who contribute to making Linux so beautiful. Don't forget to check out the Stephans GitHub page for more insights into Hyprland configuration. Thank you so much for watching this video. This has been KSK Ryo. I will see you in the next one.